Hello, and welcome to Tris Azure Part 71. It is currently time to finally make progress after talking to all the people in the city, despite the rush. There's our car. It's a good thing nothing happened to it. Thank God if she's okay. Come to think of it, didn't Dieter pay for this thing in the first place? How ironic that we're able to use it to quite literally break his bank. It's not a bank though, but whatever. And they only just relocated too. Like it's partially the bank, but it truly is a twist of fate. Can you please not, Wazi? If you want to make a joke, Wazi, at least make it funny. Who cares? This old girl is as much of a member of the SSS as any of us. Let's hop in and make sure she's got some juice. Good thinking. It would be so funny if they're just out of gas. Like someone siphoned their gas. Except it's Orbal Power, so it's not gasoline, but she's in as good shape as ever. As good a shape as ever. We shouldn't have any problems getting her running. As much as I don't want to put her in harm's way, she should be more than capable of busting a way into the tower. That's good to hear. Sorry, but like, when these planned out cutscenes have clipping like this, it's always funny. Because they presumably could have shifted her slightly to her left a bit and it wouldn't clip. I mean, her legs would still clip, but that's reasonable. We have secured the car and confirmed it is suitable for the operation. Should we drive it straight back to the chief and the others now? That would be best. We still have to hear the final details of the operation before it begins. What's that sound? Someone's trying to get in contact for our onboard comms system. What should we do, Lloyd? Let's flip the receiver on and see how it goes. I want all of us to stay quiet, just in case though. We have no idea who could be on the other end. Who could that be? It's been quite a while, SSS. It could be... Well, no, like, my assumption is slightly primed by other stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be... Because I was looking at guys, at some point in the rest of the chapter, I think we meet with the Calvardian intelligence character who used to be part of Kilika. Kilika, that's her name. I think it might be Kilika. It's been quite a while, SSS. Got it. This is Kilika. Kilika Roran. Huh? Kilika? What in the hell? That woman with the Calvardian Intelligence Agency. I'm surprised you're still in Crossbell. Wait, how can you possibly be contacting us right now? She's in the car. Could it be that you've been keeping tabs on her operations? Settle down. I merely predicted what your next course of action would be in this situation. I know you're pressed for time, but there's something I'd like to discuss with you. What do you say to another friendly exchange of information? Well, we're willing to cooperate, Kilika. But not here. Is there somewhere we can meet you? Crossbell Station. I'm in the second car of the train stopped at platform 3. The station's been completely vacated, so there should be no threat to you in any way. Got it. Platform 3, car number 2. I take it we'll be seeing Lecter there, too. Am I wrong? Perspicacious as ever, I see. We'll be waiting for you, Detective. I'm assuming that's, relating to perspective, but like, how do you... Perspicacious. I'm gonna try to see how to pronounce it. Perspicacious. Yeah. I think it is just perspicacious. We'll be waiting for you, Detective. She has eyes and ears everywhere, it seems. Not that we didn't already know that. I mean, does she really need eyes and ears everywhere to keep an eye on the car that is likely to be useful? Like, She needs eyes and ears most places. And we'll have to speak with not just her, but Lecter too. I don't think there's any point in trying to worm our way out of this. Well, it's not worming your way, just don't go. Agreed. Let's make our way to Crossbell Station. Roger that. Let's make sure we're fully prepared before going there, just to be on the safe side. Okay. Install parts. It's so over the top looking. See, I'm missing a paintwork. I don't know where I missed it, but if I had that, I would have gotten an achievement. But, ooh. Yeah, they're not, most of them are kind of boring. Hey, that's not bad. It's not great. Charming's still my favorite. 6 cells VCF or ZCF. I'm gonna stick with that. It's kind of sad that I missed a part. Oh well. But yeah, and I also was gonna rest here. So now, I don't think I have anything else to interact with. This is probably not the fastest way to get there, but now it's time to go here. I just want to check very quickly, sorry. 1535. 1314. Already up. 2589. Wing's gonna level up pretty soon. And Chevalier. Or Chevalier? Chevalier? I don't know how to Englishify it. Chevalier? Maybe? But Chevalier. Chevalier? It's so hard. It actually breaks my brain to try to say it Englishy. Cavalier. There's no telling how long this exchange with Kilika and Lecter is going to take. I should actually save before I do it, but whatever. There's still time before we have to begin the operation. We should take care of any unfinished business before we have left. Lead to the infiltration of the Orchis Tower, after which you will no longer be able to move freely throughout Crossbell City. Okay. They're not consistent with their prompts. Like, I don't know, 70% of prompts like this, the first option that you highlight over automatically is the finish other stuff, but for some reason this one starts here. I'm doing this just so that I can get a slight backup save. Because, like, if you're button mashing A here, you would go through. Whereas the intent, I think, with all the other ones that have it the other way around, you button mash, it kicks you out so you don't accidentally start. Man, though, this place is a ghost town. But I guess there's not much reason to be here now that the Transcontinental Railroad's been shut down. The Zemurian Railroad Corporation and all Erebonian and Calvert inspection officers were forced out of the country, too. Kilika and Lecter are on the train on platform 3, correct? Yeah, let's make our way down there. 1, 2. Where's platform 3? It's probably just go down one of these. Or both of them, it doesn't matter, but... like... Sheesh. These empty platforms sure are depressing. It's evident that these trains have seen no use for several weeks now. It's also interesting that the mist isn't here. Indeed. That train there, that's platform 3, correct? I think so, yeah. Kilika said it was the second car from the front. Is it going to be the second car? Or is it going to be the second... because the locomotive isn't a car in the traditional... like... would you call the locomotive the car? I don't know. I think so, yeah. Kilika said it was the second car from the front. The bridge up ahead should bring us right over there. Got it. Let's go. Let's see if they let me go to the other one. Will they let me enter this other train? Darn. I wish they would let me enter this other train. No locomotive, huh? Oh, it's on this side, obviously. I just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels odd. Platform 3, second car from the front. Looks like it isn't locked either. It would be so funny if it was locked. What should we do? Open the door and enter? I kind of want to see if something happens if I walk away, but probably not. There you are. Long time no see, gang. Good to see you too. You must have contacted us from the train's transmitter. That would be correct. If I may be so bold as to say, your little coalition seems to get more illustrious every time I see you. You've even recruited the Defense Force's youngest second lieutenant, as well as the Dominion of the Gralsritter. Recruited isn't quite the way I'd put it. I'm still only on loan to the SSF. Why am I not surprised you already know my dirty little secrets? Honestly, I expected the both of you would have already left Crossbell a long while ago. Have you been here in the city all this time? Yeah, I've been poking around a bit. Got a job to do, you know? Way it's looking, though, I'll be heading over to Erebonia again before long. Poking around? Don't sweat the details. We're not the only ones scuttling around. Someone's snooping around for the White Falcon, too. You know who I mean? I mean, Ren's not going to be snooping, right? Oh, yeah, no, they're talking about Rhines. Yeah, Rhines. Oh, Rains. He told us he works for R&D research. Have you been in contact with him too? We've agreed to a mutual exchange of data on the current happenings in the state. They may be a private firm, but their intelligence network is most impressive. True, but they lack in numbers, so they can't afford to send people everywhere. I'd wager they're stretched pretty thin. Putting that aside, didn't your pal the Blood and Iron Chancellor go missing after catching a bullet in the Imperial capital? That's your boss, man. Sounds like the kind of thing worth going back for. What, old man Gilead? I could have dropped everything and ran back on my 2 feet the second I heard, but it wouldn't have made a difference. Yup. Besides, knowing that old goat, he probably saw himself getting shot and this fiasco in Crossbell coming from the Selga way. What? How could he possibly known that he was going to be shot? Okay. Here's a statement. Him being the type of person he is, and this being the type of world it is, obviously he's going to get shot eventually. Like, why would he not expect to be shot? Obviously, if they're meaning getting shot at that exact point in time, that moment, all that precisely, that is kind of crazy, but let alone anticipate the current crisis in Crossbell. Old man Gilead treats the world like one big round of chess. To him, everyone and everything is a piece to be played. That includes Crossbell vying for independence, manufacturing a septarian, and trying to take over the whole dang continent. The Noble Alliance whooping the Imperial Army's ass and occupying Heimdall? Just another gambit on his part. Same goes for him getting shot and mortally wounded, opening the floodgates for civil war to break out. All the while, he knew Calvard wouldn't be able to capitalize on it by invading the state-sized barrier Crossbell's made of itself. The old man's game board probably played out exactly as he imagined. That's impossible. He's a beast of a man, that one. Okay, but like, I understand its story and all that, but like, this is them taking the word of someone who works for him as fact, when it could just be that that's the impression the Blood and Iron Chancellor gives to the people who work for him, because that's like a front that he needs to maintain to keep control. Like, I think the SSS is overreacting to the claims of him. Because, these things that have already happened, he definitely saw them coming. It's like, he doesn't provide any proof. He's a beast of a man, that one. I can't even bring myself to believe it. Well, it does appear that Ouroboros is on the move in Erebonia. The real threat there may just be the Blood and Iron Chancellor. He is a man willing to make a sacrificial pawn out of himself, all for the purpose of giving rise to a turbulent era. No, perhaps man is an understatement. He is a true monster among humankind. I figured that old man had a few screws loose, but I didn't think he was that nuts. Do you think President Kwa is aware of this? I wonder. It may not be my place to say, but I do commend Dieter Kwa for the performance he's been putting on. But it's just that, a performance. He leaves much to be desired as a statesman. He can't help but view politics through the eyes of a corporate executive. What are you saying? What she's saying is that he's not a politician. He's a CEO. At his core, he's still a banker, through and through. Yes, because he's been leading a country for 3 months, at most? 2 months, maybe? Like, of course. Anyone that thought otherwise is incorrect. It would seem the legacy of the Kwa family's mission has been left entirely to his daughter instead. How? You know of that too? Hey, they don't give us the shiny spy badges for nothing, kid. The little lady that you took in after the Schwartz auction? We've seen enough of the big picture to know that she's the core of that septarian they created. Well, that's just great. The continent's leading nations are really doing their homework, aren't they? Yeah, why wouldn't they? I can sympathize with your frustrations, but please don't misunderstand. Knowledge is our bread and butter as intelligence agents. Yeah, like, the SSS have not been one for picking up basic clues 70% of the time. So, they shouldn't be surprised that, like, high-level intelligence agents are better at information gathering than them. Rest assured that we have no incentive to interfere with the Septarian for our own self-interests. Do you? I think you do have incentives, which would be power, but that said, it's only natural for our work to take us here, given that this incident has engulfed the entire continent in chaos. Our real goal is to uncover the mastermind, the true culprit who orchestrated all of this. The true culprit? It's as I said, President Kwa is entrenched in his managerial mindset, more of a facilitator than a visionary. The role doesn't quite fit Maribel either. She's devious, but her interests seem to lie more in the art of magic rather than politics. As for the Divine Blade of Wind, I can't envision one as stoic and self-disciplined as him, weaving a scheme of this nature. Cross Ouroboros and Old Man Gileath, probably Gileath, but I can't say Gileath without it being weird. Gileath, off the list too. They've both used Crossbell's situation to further their own gains, but neither of them is responsible for this debacle. Someone's got a finger in every pie here. Politically, economically, diplomatically, historically. They've even got connections to the Kwa family, knew of the DG cult, and followed the society's every move. Our puppet master here has been pulling the strings from the shadows ever since all of this began. You can't be serious. This is beginning to sound like a conspiracy theory. A convincing one at that. Back when this was written, back when conspiracy theories were a little bit less detrimental. They were always weird and potentially detrimental, but they have definitely gotten worse as time has progressed. Indeed, but we still have one piece of the puzzle left to find. Who could be capable of all this? I was hoping we could corroborate our suspicions on who the culprit may be. But if you still lack the necessary evidence, then we'll just set that aside for now. So yes, spoilerific. I'm not going to say who it is, but my understanding is if you did Nielsen's side quest, you would know who it is at this point. So I'm assuming that that interaction right there, who could be capable of this? It might add a prompt to select a character if you've reached a point where you could actually know who it is. But without doing Nielsen's quests, it's impossible to know. Then we'll set that aside for now. Time is short. Let's discuss the other matter at hand. Which is so lame. Like, oh, I missed a single side quest at the start of the game. Locked out of this. Like, I don't know. Couldn't you just talk with Nielsen after? But whatever. Let's discuss the other matter at hand. Other matter? Ain't it obvious? We're thinking about giving you a hand with your plan to storm Orchis Tower. What? Where the hell is this coming from all of a sudden? Now that I've gathered all of the intel I've been seeking on Crossbell's state of affairs, there's really no reason for me to remain. However, turning a blind eye after what I've learned would only saddle me with regrets further down the line. While it is true that Crossbell's fate would be better left in your hands than in those of outsiders, it would be troublesome for us were you to fail in breaking your way out of this deadlock. It'd be like throwing a game of Palm Party just because your opponent put a halfway decent chain together. Or, so I've heard. I'm not quite sure that analogy applies. Suspicious. When did you get your hands on a Palm Party account, Lecter? Palms aside, having you two in our back pocket would certainly improve our chances of success. This definitely complicates things, but it's hard to turn down. Yeah, I agree. Follow us. We'll take you to our current base of operations. Yeah, probably don't do that, but they probably know where we are anyway. Afterward, Lloyd and the others introduced Kilika and Lecter to Chief Sergei. They actually wouldn't both fit in our car. I think we only have space for one more person when the whole 6 people are there, because there's only 7 seats. Upon exchanging information, it was decided that they would help with the operation. Shortly thereafter, Chief Roberts managed to successfully hack into Orchis Tower. With that, the plan to storm the building was set to commence immediately. Same day, 10:30 a.m. Ooh. Aerial. 2 bullet shots and aerial, except neither of them have guns. He has a gun. Okay. All clear. Now. Vroom vroom. There's only 6 of them. That's easy. Commencing assault. Come on, cast some arts. Okay, sorry, but him just standing there is funny. Use cars as cover. They already are. What? Ah. What the? Take this. You're up. Very well. Ha. Yeah, the throwing things are Kilika. Incredible. Kaito doesn't pull any punches, does it? Kilika, allow me to assist. Very well. Let's show them the might of the Taito school. With pleasure. He's like, allow me to assist, and then I just continue fighting what I was just fighting. It's a waste of time to speak there, but look at them go. They're gonna end up stealing the show at this rate. Leave some for me, why don't you? Arts caster? What's it gonna be? Oh, that's dark matter? No. That's the debuff. That's the one that debuffs ADF and defense. I can't remember the name of it though. It's time. Special support section, charge. We've cleared the way. The rest is up to you. It'd be so funny if they were on horses. Roger. Because I don't think you can really call it charging if it's a car. Ooh, they got some furious air somehow. It broke before they hit it. Ooh, rough. Still flying though. This seems too slow. Armor down to 30%. We won't last like this. Enemy Aeon accelerating. Ah, crap on a sick. At this rate, I'm gonna have to pull the big guns out. Father Kevin? You don't mean... Wait, it's too soon for that. If I can't stand my ground here, then what right do I have to succeed your sister's name? Gonna need your help, boys. Understood. Preparing stigma activation. Kevin, have some faith in me, Reese. You're not off the clock, you know. I still need you to track the enemy. Alright. Cerulean seal of mine, shining from the abyss. Radiate down from the heavens and illuminate this purgatory. Converging Orbal Power. Stigma confirmed. Commencing deployment. Change detection enemy Aeon. It's charging its main weapon in our direction. I, the Thousand Hand Guardian, 5th Dominion of the Grawl Searcher, command you. Stigma Cannon Megadellus? Activate. Megadellus? Magidalus. Okay, is it facing us? But the rotation of the camera there was pretty confusing. Okay, but like, that's not how you fly. This is so lame. Also, the fact that the beams are not even blocking each other, so it just shoots them both. Ooh, Pater Mater's pretty beat up. Ooh. Pant. What the heck is with this thing? The Septarian must be supplying it with infinite energy. It doesn't matter. Pater Mater would never lose to the likes of you. And neither with Thel, Joshua, or myself. So give it up, you hunk of scrap. Ooh, the actual, like, ragdoll. Ah, no! Ha! Throwing a couple knives at him? What? Backstab. I mean, how it grabbed the arm doesn't make any sense, but... Gasp! Pater Mater! Why you... The jumping is so funny. Ren, no! It's too much for you. Ah! Yeah! Damn it. That's a little overkill. Ah! I mean, she's obviously not gonna die. Like, these moments don't work because characters that are important never die. No, I won't make it. Ren. And like Pachamacha dying would be pretty cool actually, but it's also it is just a robot. Eek. Like, even then I don't think Pachamacha will die, but like Pachamacha dying would be like the rare named character-ish dying. Except it's also still a robot, so. Huh? Like it's gonna be like a... Oh, what's the... Pachamacha, what are you saying? No, you don't have to. Please don't. It's gonna be like a... Titanfall 2, I don't think the robot dies because the core doesn't die or something. No. Anyway. It would also be incredibly dangerous to lift a robot up and self-destruct because all the shrapnel would crash down and probably kill people. Do you really think doors would cause that much damage? I don't think it would cause that much damage running into doors, but she's going to be okay. All of her systems are still functioning. Are they going to say that we can rest here? That's good news. She's made a world of difference for us. Absolutely. We have to make sure to take her in for proper repairs once our job here is done. Now the real play would be Kwa had a bomb planted in it and he blows it up right now. The battle outside is still raging on. There must be no limit to how many of those golems can be generated. No time to suss it out now. Let's get to those elevators. Has it been more than a month? Agreed. Remember the plan. 2 members will remain here on standby and guard the entrance. Ha, Dudley, you're staying here. Make the call, Bannings. Understood. I mean, as if I'm bringing you with me. Bye. Can I rest? Called it. That's funny. But yeah, we got a 1-month pass to use the elevator. We only had access to the roof, though. So I'm kind of uncertain how this is going to go. Did we have access to the 21st floor? Is that the roof? If it is, then okay, good planning. It looks like they only managed to disengage this. Nope, they're not. It looks like they only managed to disengage the security locks up to the 21st floor. According to Chief Roberts, there's a terminal on the 30th floor blocking off access from the Orbital network. Unless we breach it, hacking what remains of the building will be an impossible task. Guess that means we gotta make the trip from 21 to 30 the long way. Aren't those mechanical floors supposed to be empty though? What gives? That must have been only a pretense, yeah. Perhaps in truth, they house the core of the Kwa family's arcane secrets. The tower itself was likely planned in conjunction with that ritual they put Kia through. Seriously? Why would that be surprising? It must have been designed with the fruits of their magical science. If only we could have made a preliminary investigation before things got this bad. Hindsight is 20/20. Regardless, we'll have to be prepared before moving forward. You're right. Arius and the Red Constellation may be expecting us. They may be expecting us? Do you really think they wouldn't? Do you think there's any chance they don't expect this? Yeah. Same goes for Kia. No matter what's in store for us, we're going to push our way through. Our allies took a lot of risks to get us here. After all, we'll have to make it count. Absolutely. No pressure, of course. Not for us, it ain't. Now let's do this thing. Bing bong. Why did they make it look like this? Like, this part's fine, but like, why would they intentionally make the introductory walk-in part so weird looking. This is pretty cool looking. Thaumaturgical sector. See, if I didn't know better, I would think, hey, this is the final dungeon, but it's not. What? The hell is this? It's a core. It's unbelievable. This must be the culmination of their magical science. It doesn't really make sense that they were able to build it as quickly as they could, considering they presumably could only have so many people working on this stuff, but a fusion of the Qua family's alchemy and cutting-edge Orbal technology. We're staring right into the depths of their millennium-long delusion. That delusion was what led to the inception of their puppets, the cult. We don't need you to summarize. Which in turn led to the sacrifice of countless innocent people. Yeah, we know. Yeah, we know. Even now, they're burdening Kia with the fate of a septarian. Whether or not their reasons for creating this place are justified isn't for us to decide. But even so, Kia, Arius, Detour, and the rest of their allies are waiting above us. We have no choice but to break through. Let's do this, guys. We'll end their deluded fantasies of the past and seize Crossbell's present. But not the future. Right. Agreed. Roger Wilco. Locked and loaded. Off we go. Because we definitely need all the people to comment. It's so informative. I'm just complaining more than I should. What's the point of having everyone say Roger Wilco? Affirmative. It doesn't do anything. We know they're good. It's not new info. It's not informative. It's just a waste of time. First orb. Nice. Wait. What do you mean Estelle isn't part of the Crossbell branch anymore? What am I supposed to do with all these Chestel quips I wrote? Not the best. Not the worst, but not the best. Clay doll. Yes, that's totally made of clay. I shouldn't have pulled them away. Just button my... Whatever, didn't... Only the best combat. What? What is that beam? Is it blocking this, or is it just a beam of energy tracking, oh, it traveled through here? It's a very weird map. So are these lasers just flavor, or is it supposed to be oh, follow these beams to here? Oh, I could punch those the entire time. Light was going to be the CPD's new mascot, but they wanted him to wear a trench coat and say the catchphrase, "Take a Zeit out of crime." Which way is this thing facing? Okay. Take a bite out of crime. Why are there versatile onions? That should turn off both lasers? Weird. Weird. Oh, okay, cool. That's still on. Those are still there. These ones are just visual fluff. Interesting. I'm not going to run back to punch all those, but I will punch all the ones going forward. Okay. I really dislike enemies that are kind of hard to tell where they move. I thought I already beat one of these. Do I have to beat it with the person with the dragon art? The dragon quartz equipped? I thought I didn't, but maybe I did. Anyway. Tempest Gown. I also received the gift of the Septarian. There was a second item, but I used Spatial Annihilation to keep you from getting it. Is it going to be any value? Tempest Gown. 450, 60. I think it's worse on everybody. Not worse on her. It gives her lower speed though. 5 less speed for 220 more defense? Absolutely. And it's not even the Tempest Gown. It's not even the Tempest Gown I just picked up. It's the armor that someone else had. Like it's not even... That Tempest Gown's not even good. Like obviously if you didn't get the equipment, you didn't get Divine Cloth, but then you would have worse armor maybe, but Divine Cloth can be purchased for 50,000 Mira, which is not a lot. So if you have a bunch of Seppas saved up, you can just sell it, and then boom. That's all you really need. Like, it kind of like, why is it so bad? There's no reason it's such a bad set of armor. And I really need another 20% evasion set of armor with higher defense and such. Now button mash again. It's one of those things, I understand that you can use arts, it saves a little bit of time. It's like, in context, it's like, I'd rather not waste EP when it's not strictly necessary. Let's waste some CP because I can regen it fast, but... Wow, another gate. Like, I could use some arts here, have Wazi spam arts, he can regen it in the field, but... It's just kinda... They're not interesting enemies, because you can just punch them to death. Okay, but like... What's the purpose of these? I missed, but that actually worked fine. Okay, so that's locked for some reason. What the? Ooh, defense down proc, that's nice. That's just a random alcove. No, I'm not fighting you. You think I'm gonna waste time on fights that even with advantage are slow? Nah. I missed. I'm just bad. Ooh, so fun. I wonder if... Actually, since... My understanding is... Crafts are... I didn't see them. A lot better in the Cold Steel arc. And unless they've changed fundamentally how crafts work, that should mean that these sorts of late game fights would be less obnoxious, because you just have CP that you regen for sure. What the... What is this area? Like, I've just kind of been moving around. I might as well. Like, this area is really weird. Like, it's like just a really bad maze. Bad in the sense that it just kind of feels like it's all over the place. And like all over the place in not a fun way. Proper mazes that are kind of interesting have reference points to some extent. I mean, before I go here, I'm gonna see. Wait. Oh, I'm on the other side of that gate that I was able to open earlier? Or that I thought I was trying to open, but I didn't. But there's a lot of chests. EP Charge 3. Now you must put something back. Such is the law of equivalent exchange. Red keycard. 52 out of 61. And so she did what Cyril... So she did while Cyril regathered the other letters, giving her precious few minutes for the sheet of ice within her to melt and join the rushing current. Months of emotion had built up into a sudden, colossal flood. Yeah, I don't know what that story is where that story is going at all. Because I can't remember most of what... Oh, red keycard. Because I can't remember most of what's happening. No idea what this is. What is this thing? Looks like an archism. I guess. It doesn't seem like it can move either way. Actually, I believe I know exactly what this is. The Eidolon gear. It was developed by the Epstein Foundation. The hell? What in the world for? After the Orbal shutdown phenomenon in Liberal, a project was initiated to oppose the Society's archaisms. They call it the Orbal Gear Project. Is it mechs? But like exoskeleton level mechs? It was spearheaded by the ZCF and Liberal, beginning in full force with aid from the Foundation on its less mechanical aspects. Yeah, it's like Tito? The young girl in the Liberal arc had a mech type thing they could ride in. Is that what this is going to be? Russell, who is that girl's grandfather, the renowned Professor Albert Russell himself was invited to Lehman to develop the cutting-edge prototype you see here. This is the first I've heard of this. My question is, why would the prototype be here of all places? I may know the answer to that as well. About a half year ago, someone stole it, just as it was nearing completion. That must have been Belle. She has a history with the Foundation and has been frequently traveling to Lehman to coordinate with the Orbal Network project. That's awfully suspicious, hence why Ellie said it was Belle. Well, she is the type of gal who'd do whatever it takes to get what she wants. It appears the parts responsible for controlling it employ a matricized system. I think I may be able to control it, if I utilize the Aeon system to establish a link. You serious? Yes, it shouldn't be too difficult. There's no sense in allowing it to collect dust when we could make use of it instead. Well, it was technically stolen from the Foundation in the first place, so I guess it would only be right for you to take it back. And no doubt the battles are only going to get tougher from here on out. It'd be reassuring to have the extra firepower. I say use it as you see fit, Tio. I intend to do just that. Eidolon gear obtained. That's a new S-craft? Ugh, that's bad. Unless it's like, I think Tito or whatever her name was, her S-craft, she had an S-craft that was mech form, but she stayed in the mech form for multiple turns. So it wasn't so much a one-time attack as it was transforming. That seems like it's just a line attack though, which is kind of a letdown, but time to test it. Okay. Eidolon gear. Big AoE. Why not just make it an all? I know why, because then it wouldn't be a beam, but it is indeed like an exoskeleton style mech. Yeah, that's kind of boring. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of hoping she'd get a more permanent mech. Permanent in the relative sense. Like, permanent within the frame of a single combat. Anyway, Confused 2. I challenged Father Kevin to an arm wrestling contest, but he easily won. He must have the strength of 1,000 arms. Oh yeah, there's another door here, wasn't there? Right there. These rooms that are tiny that have enemies are kinda lame. Oh. Item, if I spam A, and I'm healed, I don't attack. I waste items. Celestial Bomb EX. If a music group were to perform in this tower, would that make them an orchestra? What's the point? Like, I didn't miss anything, so I just have to go through the door at the end, which is kind of weird. I kind of wish Tio got a mech. Like, I know there's plenty of, well, plenty. I'm pretty sure there's some degree of mechs in Cold Steel. But, like, oh, rideable mechs, not robot mechs. And I think, even if it's not ridden, it's still technically a mech, maybe? I'm not actually sure. Is it only a mech if someone's riding it? Like, are the Aeons not mechs because they're all robots that are self-propelled? Switch here, operate it. What's the point of that? Okay, the other one matters, but like, what was the point of this one? Wait, not this one? This one? I'm lost. I am lost somehow? Okay. So here's here. This is the one that was just locked. That I went up here, here, into there. What was the point of unlocking that one? Like, it doesn't really save any sort... I guess... No, it doesn't save any time. Because if I needed something, I'd just go back here. Heal here. Like, unlocking that gate back there doesn't do anything yet. Chest. Barkdean dealt half my HP. I didn't die. Akashic Gears, or Akashic. Ooh yeah! Whoa, wait. Why did only 6 people come to my unveiling ceremony? I mean, I'm about to go back to the free heal, but... Wait, can I use Celestial out of combat? I can. Cool. I'm just doing this because I want to make sure that I get as much experience on Master Quartz as I can. Because one of them's about to level up. It'll level up soon enough. Without that, though. I'm just gonna play it I'm only slightly down on EP. Say, Tio. You mentioned there was a control terminal blocking off access from the Orbital network, right? Yes. Because of it, hacking into the tower's upper level security systems is currently impossible. If we unlock it manually, Chief Roberts should be able to procure us detailed information on those floors. That information may include Kia's location and what Belle and the others are planning. Then gaining control of that terminal needs to be our primary objective. It's on the 30th floor, right? Yes, at the top of this central sector, if I am not mistaken. Then what are we waiting for? Let's get our asses up there. Right, look alive everybody. So, considering the time, I'm probably going to actually try to finish the Orchis Tower infiltration today. But if I get to a boss, and it is a slog of a boss, I might stop if I die. Because some bosses will take like an hour, and aren't interesting at all, but it just takes that long. That has eyes. Incredible color. Damn, this place is nuts. It's just one crazy sight after another. Is this spiritual energy from all 7 elements? Yeah, that much is for certain. Seems like it's being purified by going through the 4 geofront sectors, one for each basic element. The light is being drawn to the upper stratum. Coming into direct contact with it will likely have an adverse effect on our enigmas. But as far as I can tell, there's no way to avoid the light if we want to get to the top. We're going to have to move as quickly as we can. Is it basically going to be, hey, don't fight enemies in that area? Oh, that's a weird mech. Or robot. Divine Delph. Obeys orders without question. It's a dark elf. Ha. Otherwise known as... Look at this terrible RNG. I would kill her right here if I didn't have guard. Or kill it right here if I didn't have guard. But instead I got guard. So I didn't deal the damage I needed. No, I don't want to fight the Divine Delph. Ooh, what's this creature? Titania W. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna save time. Oh, I hate guard. It's actually the worst effect because it only ever... Like, it helps on the enemy's turn. But, like, even then, it just doesn't help as much as it just gets in the way sometimes when you're trying to just button mash through boring combat after boring combat. Thank you, Team Rush. You saved time. I should probably give a Team Rush bonus to somebody. Okay, Shroud is really good in this. Like, the fact that it makes it actually, like, not a pain to sneak around enemies. I definitely think combat maybe one of the weakest points of these games. Like, it can be such a satisfying combat system sometimes. But and setting up the quartz and all that is fun. Not that I changed it a lot, but like, that's the most interesting part, the setup of it. Ah, it's draining EP actively. Such a fun mechanic. Such a fun mechanic. This guy's chasing way further than he should have. They're gonna die. They didn't die, they were lucky. What I could do is she just use she can't use Celestial because she's too low, but if I use an EP charge 2 on her, will I get the normal amount? Yes, I will. So I always want to use EP charges in combat with her, because then she gets double the restoration. Like, if I trigger combat, attack, attack. I know I could find other places to restore, but let's restore his. And I actually can do it from a huge range too. And I'm gonna restore my own. And that's probably good enough for now. Ooh, so interesting. Yeah. Game winds down. I think combat at this stage of the game is either dragged out boss fights or meaningless mobbing of like enemies that don't really threaten you, but you don't want to waste all your EP killing them. So you have the potential to take damage because I just spam normal attacks, and I only have one character ever set up for physical attacks, because generally physical attacks are worse than arts at this stage in the series' lifespan. So my understanding is later, again, Cold Steel crafts become much better. Not necessarily better than arts always, but they become at least sort of usable compared to what they are here in the earlier games, where they're just kind of, yeah, they're nice here and there, but most of the time crafts are bad. What a great design for an elevator. Like, such a practical design. It doesn't make sense that this elevator exists in the way it does, but whatever. Because the elevator's like, this is clearly not a place people should be ever walking. And the elevator's also impractical. Like, if people were walking here, the elevator shouldn't be... I got hit. So the counter... Oh, because it's a counterattack. And counterattacks can't be evaded. Which is kind of... I wish counterattacks could be evaded, but not like reflected. Like, oh, you evade, but you don't get a counterattack to the counterattack. But like... It sort of, to me, incentivizes if you have an evasion-based character who's just, okay, he's the evasion tank. It's actually a better play to never attack with them. You just sit there and don't do anything, and you'll never take damage from being attacked. Instead, if you choose to... Oh, she has 0 EP. She hasn't used a single art. Which is fine. She actually is the least impacted by the loss of EP, but it's still funny. But yeah. It's just weird. Like, it's better for evasion tanks to not attack if you don't want to take damage from, like, non-arts. I should have actually thought for half a second, but... I'm gonna need to impede this. Probably. I'm gonna Fortuna though. Flare butterfly. I should burst first, I guess. I don't think... the burst system's not worthless. It's not great. It doesn't add much to the game. Cause it's only relevant in like hyper-specific contexts. And like even those contexts are like... It just feels weird. The implementation. Hey, Chevalier. Chevalier? Cavalier? It's gonna be 2x. I don't know what Rune of Triumph is. That's pretty good. Quartz. Elements. So yeah, 2 damage maximum when at like 5% or whatever. Wind Gem. Hi, I wander into the light. Hi, I wandered into the light, and now look at me. May I... something borrow an EP charger? May I please borrow an EP charger? I just got something new. What did I get? Oh yeah, actually I should have guessed what it was. But I got something else. Yes, the gem. Wind gem is gonna be movement, maybe? Yeah, it's a move plus 3. Do I have any use for this? Evade is just better. Jupiter Bell is better. Maybe not. 7 versus 6-3. I'd rather have that. I could put it on her instead of Leg Breaker. Not that I'm using her as a character, but I mean, it's better than Leg Breaker. Lovely. That EP drain's just kind of boring. It's kind of obnoxious. I guess I'm just gonna accept not having any EP, huh? Yeah, I'm just gonna let it drain it, whatever. Cause yeah, I figured they'd give me this before I needed it. Okay, that's gonna be opened through here. We're gonna fight something, and then we're gonna open that. We might fight a person even. Nope, we're not fighting in here. Is this the right place? Yes, I believe the control terminal Chief Robert spoke of is just over there. We should waste no time releasing the restrictions on the Orbal network. Phew. We can't be done with this crap soon enough. Agreed. I just hope this leads us to Kia and the President's whereabouts. So we couldn't hack it because it literally was not connected physically to the network? That's kind of a good justification, actually. Okay, I've confirmed that the upper area has been reconnected to the Orbal network. I should be able to provide you all with backup now. Phew. Can you also disable the security placed on the main elevator? Yes, but it's going to take some time. I'll try to get it done. That aside, according to the data, neither President Kwa nor Kia are on the first 20 floors. There's no shortage of Defense Force members and Orchis Tower personnel in disarray, though. Confirms that. Nothing we didn't already expect. The real question is all the floors from the 31st up. Chief Roberts, can you figure out who's on the upper levels? Let me see. Click, clack, click. Oh my! There seem to be quite a lot of people on the 36th floor. Though I have no way of knowing who they are exactly. Wasn't the 36th floor the one with waiting rooms for all the dignitaries attending the trade conference? Can we assume that floor is where Kwa, Kia, and the others are? Yeah, I'm willing to bet on it. Upper stratum lock status confirmed. we can head directly to the 36th floor via the emergency stairs. Then let's get a move on. We'll be counting on you to provide us with support, Chief Roberts. Of course. While you search the upper areas, I'll get to disabling the security system on the main elevator. Beep, boop, beep. Beep, boop, 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 boop. We're just running upstairs. 34, 35, 36. And we can't go higher. But we can go in here. Totally not suspicious. Here we are. Chief Roberts said there were a lot of people on this floor. But where are they? Ambush. Could it be? Oh, this nerdo. Vice Commissioner? What are you doing here? I should be the one asking that. I came here to meet with the Secretary of Defense and voice my objections to last night's declaration of martial law. After which, I was promptly restrained and brought to this floor. That makes sense. Huh, calling me surprised. I had you pegged as a total brown-noser. Heh. Who would have expected you to actually have the gall to bite the hand that feeds you? Just what are you trying to say? Enough about me. You do realize you're all wanted by the Defense Force, don't you? What in the goddess's name are you doing here? It's a bit of a long story that can easily be defined as, hey, it's a coup. Wait, I recognize you. You're a part of the IBC's technology department, correct? Yeah, my name's David. I'm one of the researchers here. Or I was, until Lady Maribel announced that our department was being dissolved yesterday. My partner had already left, too. Next thing I knew, I was whisked to this floor, dazed and confused. Maybe this will go smoother if we share what we know with each other first. We're in a rush? Why are we talking? So that's what's going on. The situation here has been deteriorating rapidly since the declaration of invalidity. How did things come to this? It feels like we're in a horrible dream we can't wake up from. Still, it's good to hear that Clay is giving Chief Roberts a hand out there. It would explain how sophisticated their attempts at hacking the tower have gotten these past few days. I have a question, Vice Commissioner. Are any of the President's collaborators present on this floor? About that. None of them are here. Not the President. Not the President, Maribel, the Secretary of Defense. Even the Jaegers are stationed elsewhere. I'm sorry to tell you that the girl you've been looking after is nowhere on this floor either. I was afraid you'd say that. If not here, what floor could they be on? Basement 17. We have to rely on Chief Roberts to get us that information. He is surveying the upper levels as we speak. In that case, let's take the opportunity to scope out who else is on this floor. Someone here might have some valuable info for us. Yeah. Asking around is the best we can do right now. Could we ask you to keep this area secure for us, Vice Commissioner? Absolutely. Consider it taken care of. Just take care of yourselves too. Okay, got it? Don't do anything too reckless out there. They've replaced him with a clone. After all, if you were caught here, your efforts up to this point would all be for naught. Understood? We'll bear that in mind. Yeah, they replaced him with a clone. There's no way he's this cooperative. So, this actually feels like an appropriate stopping point. I was expecting to have to do a lot more exploration 20 minutes ago. And since this is sort of a pause in the rush moment, I'm going to stop right here before I even talk to all these people, because I think talking to them will fit better flowing into the rest of the story that will follow. So, here's where I'm going to stop for today. I will be back tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye-bye.